Day 7 of on-field training camp practices for your Miami Dolphins. Today, probably the longest, the most action we saw of any day. Lots of situational stuff that they got into today. They even brought the refs out for today's practice. Gotta love that. Getting ready for Saturday scrimmage, so you gotta hold everyone accountable. Lots of videos to get to today, lots of player reports to get to today, all of the action. But before we get to that, if you haven't gotten subscribed yet, make sure you are doing so. Like the video, leave a comment. I like to keep the comments as kind of like a extended dialogue after the video. Let's carry on the conversation there. Let's jump into today's report. Like I said, day 7, we're going to talk a little bit more about the quarterbacks when we go into more stuff on the wide receivers. But let's talk a little bit about the situational stuff that they did at the end of practice, because this particular situation was that you're down by 2, the ball's at midfield, and there's 30 seconds on the clock. So Tua got the first opportunity. He hit Tyreek for 2 yards, got out of bounds against Xavien Howard, and then he hit Tyreek as well. Didn't get out of bounds this time, had to clock the ball, gave the team an opportunity at a 58-yard field goal. They didn't kick it, which I wish I would have been able to see what Jason Sanders actually did with that kick, especially after what he went through last year. They weren't kicking in this drill. So kind of a thumbs up, though, that Tua got the team down into field goal range when they were down 2. Skyler also got a turn. His first play hit Eric Soibert for 7 yards. And then newcomer at the position, Eli Apple, had a pass breakup on a ball that was intended to River Cracraft. And then Andrew Van Ginkel ended the session, made a stop short of the sticks on 3rd and 3. So that ended that. But let's talk a little bit about the running backs, because our rookie, the guy that we've been waiting to pop off, Devon Achane, had a 10-yard catch and run today with Mike White at quarterback. Also added a 30-yard run. We got to love that. Got to love the speed that he provides. One downfall, though, credited with a drop on what would have been a touchdown from Mike White. So got to get those hands figured out. The dude has been lining up out in the slot at receiver, catching the balls. Clean that up in the offseason. Take care of it then. For the second straight practice, Alec Ingold, noted with a nice chunk yardage game, had an 18-yard catch today. And then for the second consecutive practice, undrafted free agent out of BYU, Chris Brooks, breaking off another touchdown, a little bit shorter than the one he had on Tuesday. Tuesday's touchdown was a 95-yarder, as you likely remember. Today's was an 8-yarder in red zone work. Let's talk about those wide receivers. Our boy, Jaylen Waddle, rocking the orange jersey. If you don't know by now, orange jersey goes to the top performer in the previous day's practice. In that practice, he had 6 catches, picked right back up with it today. Picked up completions on a 3rd and 3. Like I said, a lot of situational stuff today. Picked up a first down on a 3rd and 3. Picked up a first down on a 3rd and 6. And then Tua also found him over the middle of a zone coverage when the blitz was on. And that's the first video we'll see today. So Waddle's going to be in the orange jersey in the slot over to the right there. Blitz is going to come. Baker kind of goes the wrong way because he goes with the other pass catching option, leaving Jaylen Waddle open. Tua obviously finds him, and there's room to run. So good stuff again from Jaylen Waddle today. Tyreek, he got 20 yards on a 3rd and 5 situation. Tua later found him in between 3 defenders on a 3rd and 8. I have a video. I actually didn't get that particular video. I have a different video of him making a catch in traffic, though. So we'll bring that up right here. It's going to be over to the left there. A little grainy. My apologies on that. I will show it to you one more time since you know where the ball is going now. But a nice little quick hitter. But like I said, on that one that he had in between the 3 opponents, pretty damn impressive stuff. Stuff that we saw Tyreek and Tua doing a lot of last year, those timing things, being in the right spot. The biggest thing is that ball placement, making sure that you're not going to get Tyreek head taken off, like what we saw with Deshaun Elliott and his would-be hit against Alec Ingold in Tuesday's practice. Tyreek also added a touchdown on a back shoulder throw from Tua in red zone work. That was up against Xavien Howard. River Cracraft picked up a reception on 3rd and 3 on a throw from Skylar Thompson. By all accounts, by all reports, Cracraft doing what he does. Another consistent camp, and that's kind of what he did in the regular season. Didn't get his number called a lot, but when it was, man, he was able to step up and at least get the job done. So a nice 3rd and 3 completion for River Cracraft there. Cedric Wilson picked up a 3rd and 8 first down reception. Also got 15-yard reception later in practice on a busted coverage. Braxton Berrios, one of the guys in the running for that wide receiver 3 slot role, wide receiver position, did have a touchdown in red zone work. Mike White hit him over the middle. The last thing, kind of as we wrap up wide receivers, I want to show a video of a Chosen Anderson catch on a throw from Tua. I will show it right now, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. I might have to show this one twice because it goes pretty quick. Chosen is on the left. It's a little further away as well. Like I said, I will show it twice here now that you sort of see where the ball is going to be going. But why I like that throw and why that is important to me is because a lot of the we'll call them the Tua naysayers yet say it's still the arm strength for you. Sure, he's good in the system and whatnot. And if there's one area of the field where Tua crushed it last year, we all know it was over the middle. So what do we want to see? We want to see more of that stuff outside of the hash marks. And we saw examples of it. Last year, one of my favorite Tua throws last year was it was like a 3rd and 7, I want to say, 3rd and 8 maybe, against the Cleveland Browns. Tua threw it on the opposite hash on the sideline to Jaylen Waddle. Beautiful throw. Looked like it was going to be a pick 6, but the placement was so perfect from Tua to Waddle. But what the difference between that throw and this throw is, you saw it. That throw was about 25, 30 yards down the field on a line. So you got to love what you saw from that throw. The other thing about Chosen Anderson I want to say is we're seeing it right now. He's getting some limited reps and opportunities. You're not hearing his name all that much in a lot of reports. So one guy that we thought from OTAs, from minicamp, that had a pretty legit shot of making this roster, now might have his work cut out as well. So keep an eye on that. And one other thing from the wide receiver position to keep an eye on, Eric Ezukama did appear to sustain a minor injury at some point during practice. So like I said, keep an eye on that. Tight ends, Travis Wingfield had talked about a no-look pass to Soybert that he ended up dropping. I do have video of that. You can see. Oh, that I didn't add that one. I apologize. I totally botched it. If I had better editing skills, I'd go in there. But it does look like a legit no-look pass. He's looking like he's going to hit the running back on a wheel route, and then he just zips it right into Soybert. It was a beautiful throw. Got to come down with that. And my apologies. I've got to add the video. So my bad on that one. Durham Smythe did catch a touchdown from Skylar on a mix-up in defense, basically left alone. Not much action from the tight ends once again. Nothing really on Elijah Higgins. Obviously, the Smythe touchdown is nice, but you got to wonder if we're ever going to see a pass-catching target really emerge in this offense the way the position currently looks. Offensively, just in general, false starts, once again, an issue. 5 pre-snap penalties today. But you know what training camp practice is for? Cleaning that up. So get that out of the way. They've been struggling with that throughout training camp so far, struggled with it today. Connor Williams also noted for a high snap. We know that was the talk of the offseason last year. Should give him credit. It was the first noted high snap of training camp practice, but it did lead to a pressure on Tua. Teron Armstead once again on the field today, but no team drills. Probably rinse, wash, repeat what we'll see here. Defensive line, edge rushers. Jaelan Phillips had a sack on the first play of team drills. He was in there with Christian Wilkins. Also, Phillips added another sack a few plays later. Obviously, we love to see that. This guy's potential as a double-digit sack getter, especially if the next guy I'm going to talk about stays healthy. So looking forward to this. But what I'm leading to is Bradley Chubb was seen kind of shaking his, I think it was his right arm or right hand after a play in team drills and did not return. Something to monitor, though, because we do not need another high-priced player on the defensive side of the ball missing any time. So hopefully they just play it safe and hopefully it's minor. But, man, I am excited. I was super excited to see the edge rushing duo of Chubb and Phillips, the same way I was excited to see X and Ramsey. Obviously, that was stripped from us. So let's not break up this duo. I really want to see it this year. Zach Sealer, another big day, had a sack on Tua with a bull rush. Mitchell Agude, haven't heard his name quite as much as we were seeing in OTAs and minicamp. Did have a sack on Mike White after a high snap from Uluave. Couple of tackles for a loss reported by Sealer and guess who? Yeah, number 94. I do have that video. I promise you on that one. You'll see him bust right through the line as he does. Tua goes under center. You get the guy in motion, and guess who's there to meet the runner right behind the line of scrimmage as usual. Number 94, Christian Wilkins. We say it every single practice. Rinse, wash, repeat for that guy. Fantastic camp once again for Christian Wilkins. Been told that they are getting closer. They want to get a deal done. They are getting closer. Linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel had a sack on Skylar Thompson. Cam Good was credited with a run stop after a minimal game. Good to see him getting his name called again. And then sitting out was Malik Reed. He did sit out of practice today. I do not have a reason on that one. We'll wrap things up with the secondary because, man, Cam Smith just continues to shine. I am loving this pick. Chris Greer is looking like a genius because of this pick right now. Travis Wingfield noted that less balls are traveling his way in general throughout every practice. Every practice goes on, there's less balls going his way. No flags on him today, which is also a big thing because coming out of college, his big thing was aggressive play style. So how does that translate once referees are actually part of the game? No flags today, which is another great thing. And guess what? It's starting to be kind of like the Christian Wilkins thing. Another pass breakup. Here you go. Skylar Thompson. Looks like he's got Cracraft in the end zone. Cam Smith has other ideas. I'll show it to you one more time. Nice break up there right at the goal line by Cam Smith. That's becoming his thing. Loving to see that. Xavien Howard did have a dropped pick 6 in red zone work. It was a Tua and Waddle miscommunication, so a missed opportunity there for Xavien Howard. Elijah Campbell also with a near interception while covering tight end Julian Hill. Justin Bethel had a would-be sack against Skylar Thompson. Speaking of the refs, Kader Kohu was flagged for pass interference. And then in the secondary, missing practice outside of Needham, who's on PUP, was Keon Crossan and Ethan Bonner. I'm believing those were some minor injuries as well. That is what I have got for today, Dolphins fans. Went about 2 minutes longer than I wanted to, but like I said, this was a longer practice, probably going to be a little bit of a lighter practice on Friday, leading up to the scrimmage on Saturday. But until then, Miami Dolphins fans, fins up.